Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we'll come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. If you guys haven't already, I encourage you to hit the like button, and after doing so, hitting the subscribe button as well. Okay, guys, that would be tremendously appreciated. So we can be able to go into this video's discussion. And this is a video that honestly I've wanted to do for a long time, but I wanted to ensure I did the necessary research first, double check, triple check things to ensure that we're all on the same page of things. And the reason for doing a video of this nature is so that we can acknowledge, appreciate, and develop a further understanding as to why, as a nation, Jamaica is extremely powerful. And I wanted to process this, really process this, because you can go online and look up figures, but that only gives you a certain percentage. Because when you go online and you might find out how many Jamaicans live outside of Jamaica, those figures that you see are specific to Jamaican born individuals, but it's not going to consider their children or grandchildren rather, even though they might have been born in that particular country. Their parents or grandparents were born in Jamaica. So for me, they count as part of the diaspora. So if we're being completely frank, 100% frank, we have 3 million Jamaicans living on the island, and we have another 7 million in the diaspora. So what does that tell us? We have 10 million Jamaicans across the world and growing. 10 million and growing. How do we come to that figure? Where did this all start? Well, we would have to go back to around 17 and 1800s for this in particular. But you could say things started to intensify a little bit later on in the 1900s. Now, I've said this before, and I wanted to make it extremely clear because I do believe that repetition has a value, and repetition is extremely important for us to process certain elements. Now, this is what I want to make extremely clear about the Jamaican diaspora. 2.5 million Jamaicans in the United States. Jamaican born, born to Jamaican parents, born to Jamaican grandparents. 2 million in the UK. Another 1 million in Canada, right? So you know what that says right there? 1 out of every 40, 1 out of every 35 Canadians have Jamaican heritage, whether born in the island, whether it is their parents or grandparents. That's a nice thing to think about. So if you go into a classroom of 35 students right now, at least one of them has Jamaican heritage. Yeah. Yes, it is true that the vast majority of Canadians live within the province of Ontario, but you have Jamaicans in other provinces as well. British Columbia, Alberta, and also Saskatchewan. Yep, you have Jamaicans in University of Saskatoon. You have Jamaicans in Regina. You have Jamaicans in different provinces. You have a Jamaican who is also the principal. That's right, the principal of a school in Baker Lake, Nunavut, which is the largest Canadian territory. He's also the president of the Jamaica Lacrosse Association and has been in that capacity for a decade. Yeah, just let that sink in there, the powerful measures of Jamaican. So we've touched the United States, the UK, and Canada. We know the three largest of the diasporas. But what about after that? Costa Rica, 60,000 Jamaicans. Mostly those that were born to Jamaican grandparents. Panama, 50,000. Cayman, 21,000 Jamaicans and growing. You can even say 1 out of every 2 Caymanian persons were born to Jamaican parents or grandparents. You would even be close to that sort of statistic. Trinidad and Tobago, 15,000 Jamaicans. Barbados, 13,000. Antigua, 12. St. Lucia, 8. Bahamas, 7. Germany, 6,000. The Netherlands, 5,000. Australia, 1,500. Ethiopia, 1,000 Jamaicans. Japan, 500 Jamaicans. Belgium, 450. Sweden, 410. Norway, 320. Mexico, 276. And I can go on and on and on. So yes, our diaspora is huge. It's massive. It's wide. I mentioned the United States, Canada, the UK, Costa Rica, Panama, Cayman, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, St. Lucia, Bahamas, Germany, Netherlands, Australia, Ethiopia, Japan, Belgium, Sweden, Norway, Mexico. Over 20 countries. Over 20 countries right there. Right there alone. You see what I'm saying? And we haven't even touched Honduras. Carlos Pavon, Jamaican grandparents. We haven't touched Ecuador. We haven't. We haven't touched Colombia. Yes, it's not a large figure, but they are still part of those figures. So when you see a player playing for Medellin, Bogota, playing in Cali, playing in Cartagena, you see a man by the name of Lawrence, by the name of Brown, by the name of Edwards. Yeah, there's a story behind it. And everybody can read the book Love in the Time of Cholera for a further explanation on that. Perhaps we can discuss that in another video about Colombia and Jamaica's influence on Colombia. I even did an essay in sixth form about it, and I got a distinction about Jamaica's influence within Colombia. But that is for another day. Yeah. So what is the point of all of this? We're big. We're wide as a nation. We've left the comfort of our home, going to different environments, different circumstances, different countries, made name for ourselves, and also developed that country. World War II, who rebuilt the United Kingdom? Jamaicans. Post-World War II in the United States, Jamaicans made that impact as well. In Canada, Jamaicans made that impact as well. Who was the first person in the United States to take the COVID-19 vaccine? A Jamaican. Yeah, we can go further on there with the United States. Persons in government. Who is the vice president of the United States? A Jamaican. Yeah. Let's go over to England for a little bit, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. Laurie Cunningham, one of the first black players to ever play for England. Parents are from Jamaica. Yeah. Luther Blissett, John Barnes, persons who've made significant impact and imprint on the game. Ashley Cole, Kyle Walker, Daniel Sturridge. Yeah, we can go on and on there. We can go into track and field with England as well, with Jessica Ennis. We can go to any sporting discipline with England and name persons who are born with Jamaican heritage. Dean Asher-Smith. Let's go back to Canada now, in North America. Donovan Bailey, Ben Johnson. Canada winning a medal in bobsleigh at the Olympic Games came through a Jamaican-born man in Lascelles Brown. Lascelles Brown, silver and bronze for Canada at the Winter Olympics. A man who born and grew inside of Jamaica. You see the contribution that Jamaica has had, sporting-wise, on the world stage? You see the impact that Jamaicans have had, what they have done, what we have done, and the impact that we have made. Costa Rica, Paula Wanchop, revered as one of the greatest Costa Rican players of all time. Jamaican. Carlos Pavon for Honduras, similar note. Similar note as well. Panama, Roberto Brown, Alfredo Stevens, Roberto Chen. Yeah, we can go on and on there. On and on and on. Cayman Islands, we know. We could talk about Sidonia Mothersill. We could talk about numerous others of that light, right? We know about Jamaica's impact in Trinidad and Tobago and even in Barbados as well in the development of those islands. Antigua and Barbuda the same. The Bahamas as well. Take a look at Bahamas cricket team. You'll see an 11 full of Jamaicans, right? Yeah. Germany. Daniel Gordon. And that's just one. Royal Dominique Fennell. John Anthony Brooks. And we can go on and on. Yes, we can. Jamaica's impact in Germany, similar. Gary Gordon, the former Borussia Dortmund coach. The Netherlands as well. Jamaica's impact on the Netherlands and developing the water system that is there. Yes, we've left our impact. We've left our mark. Australia. You all would remember the interview I did with the president of the Jamaica Australian Association, where she spoke so well about Jamaica's contribution to Australia. Ethiopia, just a shade over 1,000 Jamaicans there. Yeah. Japan, 500. Some of them involved in football as well. I might say Japan. Well, as we know, the Japanese love our culture, love our reggae music, and we ensure that we, as Jamaicans, spread our wings and we leave our mark wherever we are across the globe. We make a good impact. And we saw that at the Under-17 World Cup. We did with Musashi Suzuki. And there are more. There are more in Japan as well. Yeah. Belgium, Sweden, Norway, Mexico. Now you might say, Simon, Mexico, Honduras, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. How? Belize. How? Jamaicans played an important role in building the Panama Canal. At first, the project was going to be a bust, but it was the Jamaicans who engineered and said, why don't we raise the water levels higher than the actual trees? That way we can ensure that ships can go from the Atlantic to the Pacific. And today, it's one of the best trading routes instead of going under the tip of South America to go to the other part of the world. Jamaicans. George Headley? Yeah. You all get the drift of what I'm saying. So there are a lot of pools. And guess what? Day after day after day after day after day after day, pools, diaspora, it will continue to grow. So what is the message of all of this? I want everybody to understand that as Jamaicans, we have an important and huge impact on this world. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that. Never forget the impact that we've had in music, sport, fashion, entertainment, engineering, science, technology. Jamaicans have had an impact on every single industry in this world. Let that sink in, because it's extremely important. And you will see how all of this will add up when it comes to the growth and development of our nation. We love football, don't we? Yes, we do. Isn't it special that we have Jamaicans everywhere across the globe? According to the United Nations, Jamaicans were found in every continent of the globe except Antarctica. As we know, Antarctica is, people don't reside in Antarctica apart from scientists who are doing research. on the continent. But that in itself should be very special about Jamaica's impact. Very much so. It should be one that stays with us for eternity. I am extremely pleased and proud of what we have accomplished as a team in 2023. And I do feel that we have every reason in this world to be filled with enthusiasm and excitement heading into 2024. Rest assured that there are great things to come, and we are on the right path, on the road to success. Yeah, great things to come. Very much so. Please share this video with one person. Get this video to at least 200 likes, and there'll be more videos to come. All right, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary right now.